back to my channel. My name is Brianna, and in today's video I'm going to show you my 2024 goals and how I created my vision board for the year. I made a vision board for my iPhone wallpaper and my MacBook wallpaper, and I love it. I've done this last year. There's something about just having a vision board that you can see every day when you wake up, and you know, this is what you're striving towards, these are your goals, and this is how you're gonna make it happen. This video is gonna be divided into 3 parts. First part is going to be how my 2023 went, what I did, what I accomplished. The second part is going to be my 2024 goals, which I wrote down in my trusty planner. And then the third part is going to be really exciting. I'm going to show you how I made my vision board. This video might be a little bit different than others you see on YouTube, as my goals for the year aren't going to be as concrete. I mean, I've made some pretty concrete goals, but they're not going to be very specific because I honestly have no idea where I'm gonna be in 2024, who I'll be living with, or what I will be doing. I have things that I want to do and top priorities for the year, but so a little bit of a backstory. I'm originally from Toronto, Canada. About 2 years ago, my family and I packed up everything we owned. We sold a bunch of stuff and we moved to Nicaragua. I lived there for about a month and then I left in that summer. I went traveling around to a few cities in Europe, and then I decided to live in London, UK. I found out that it was quite easy to get a 2-year visa if you want to live and work in the UK, so I did that. I got my visa in September 2022, so it expires in September 2024. Which means I have about 9 months left. If I wanted to renew my visa, I would have to do one of 2 things. I would either have to get a spousal visa, which means marry someone from here, which I think is highly unlikely, or get a work visa and get sponsored to stay here for up to 5 years. So I have really been thinking about it, and I don't think I'll be staying in the UK, especially London, as it's just so expensive. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to move back to Canada or live with my family for a bit or go traveling. I honestly have no idea what I'll be doing, but I'm embracing the change and I'm embracing the unknown. There used to be a time in my life where I hated the unknown. I hated what I didn't know was gonna happen, and I was scared of it. But you know what? Life is meant to have unknowns. Life is meant to be lived, and I am so excited for 2024 and what's about to happen. 2023 was an amazing year. It was a whirlwind. So much stuff happened, which I will be getting into. That's pretty much the backstory of where I am now, how I got to the UK, and a little bit of kind of my future predictions for what's gonna happen. Anyways, let's get into the first part of the video. What my 2023 was like, what happened, did I achieve any goals that I set out to do? You know, let's get into it. So I don't really have any goals for 2023. I couldn't find any on my notes app, which is where I usually keep all of the stuff that I write down. But a lot of stuff happened. So let's run through the year really quickly. In September of 2022, I got my visa to stay here. I got an apartment with a roommate in October 2022. So I've been living in this apartment for just over a year now. I love it. I love living in London. There's so much to do always. There are so many people to meet. It's just an amazing, vibrant city, and I feel so lucky that I've been able to make it work and live here in London for as long as I have. I got a job at a bakery. Few things happened with my job where I left and then I returned, and then I went to another bakery, and then there was just some stuff that happened in my career, which I'm not really gonna get into. But I'm finally at a place in my career, in my job right now, where I'm really enjoying it and I feel like I'm being paid my worth. Some of the most notable things that happened in 2023 was that I traveled so much. I went to so many amazing cities in Europe that I never thought I would have been able to go to. Especially if I hadn't moved to London, I wouldn't have been able to travel so easily. That is my most favorite part about living in London, is that there are like 5 airports that you can easily get to, and you can travel like within 2, 3, 4 hours. You can travel pretty much anywhere in Europe, and it's really cheap. I love traveling so much. That's one of my major goals for 2024, is to travel more. But I love traveling, and the places that I've been to, I'm currently looking at the wall right in front of me. One thing I do in every city that I travel to is I get a postcard, and I have like a wall of postcards, which I'll show you. I went to so many places. At the beginning of this year, in March, I went to Barcelona with my best friend, who at the time we weren't very close, but over the course of the year we ended up getting closer and closer, and now she's my very best friend. I love her so much. Me and her also went to a music festival in Poland this summer, which that was a whole fiasco. We had so much trouble actually getting there. Our flight was delayed and then canceled, and then we ended up going to Sweden, which we weren't supposed to. We had so many detours, and it was such a journey to get to. The weather was terrible. I was sick. Going through that festival, like, it was terrible at the time, but we had an amazing time, amazing experience that we will never forget. Yeah, that was my first time going to a music festival, my first time going to Poland, my first time camping. So much stuff happened, like, that was amazing. And then I also went to Italy this summer for the first time. I went to Napoli, I went to Rome, I went to the Amalfi Coast. I fell in love with Italy. I fell in love with Naples, the land of pizza and cobblestone streets, and Italy just makes me feel some type of way. I've talked to so many people, and they say that Italy is just, you know, it's just a different vibe. Like, it's so calm, it's so chill, it's a different vibe than most other cities in Europe. And that's true. Like, Italy is this country that I've been to that I love the most in the entire world. I haven't been to too many countries, but Italy is just a vibe. In October, I went to the south of France on a girls trip with my friend who I haven't seen for over a year, from Toronto. As long as I'm here in London, I plan to travel more. So yeah, I feel like travel was like top of my priorities, top of my list for 2023, and it is going to be the same for 2024. Besides the high highs of traveling, there were some low lows. I went through a breakup, still kind of am going through it. Not really going to talk much about that, but that happened. I've kind of known this from before, but I've really learned this year that you cannot solely rely on one source of income, because especially as a freelancer, like I am. I mean, I'm not really a freelancer. I do have a full-time job, but there were some issues with my full-time job in London. And then I also had a side hustle, which was paying me almost 2,000 Canadian dollars a month, which is a pretty good side hustle that I was doing online. I was doing copywriting for a Canadian personal finance blog, but that kind of got pulled out from under me. Nothing to do with my boss or the owner of that website, but everything to do with AI, because AI is basically taking over. So all of the writers and editors and people who were working on that project are kind of laid off because of AI. So now I don't have that, and I'm currently working on building up multiple income streams. And I just realized that, you know, you can't really trust one source of income, because it can just get pulled out from under you. Or especially if you work for a small business, something can happen, and like if something goes under, you go under with it. So I've learned that. What else? Honestly, I've just had a really amazing year looking back on it, and I feel so lucky and so grateful for where I am now. I'm really proud of myself for how far I've come and the things that I've achieved, and, you know, making it work in London especially, because everyone says it's expensive, but I never knew how expensive it would be to live here. I don't even want to tell you guys how much I pay in rent. And yes, I could find somewhere cheaper. I could get a higher paying job, but I kind of don't really want to do that anymore. But, you know, we're gonna get into that for my goals for 2024. So that's basically a overview, a look at my year in 2023 of what happened. Let's get into the second part of the video, my goals for 2024. I have my trusty handy dandy planner that I got from TK Maxx, which is basically the equivalent of TJ Maxx or Winners in Canada or the US. So let's get into my goals for 2024 and how I envision the year to go. I feel like this will be so fun looking back on this video and my goals next year or at the end of 2024. I feel like I made my goals very achievable and kind of vague just because, you know, I don't know where I will be or what I will be doing in 2024. I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, but we'll see. We'll see. As I said before, I didn't make any location dependent goals because I'm not sure where I will be living in 2024, but my prediction is that I've kind of had enough of living in London, to be honest. I love how I can travel so easily and I will make the most of that. I do have goals to travel to 2 places, in one place in January and one place in February, and then I'm going to visit my family right after that in February in Nicaragua, which I will vlog, so keep an eye out for that. I've kind of had enough of living here. If you know, you know. London is a very big city and it's amazing to live here, but it's go, go, go. There's always something going on, which is amazing, but I've kind of felt like, you know, sometimes I've wanted to stay home on a Friday or Saturday night and I feel kind of guilty or, you know, missing out that, you know, there's events happening or, you know, friends to meet up with, places to go out for drinks and dancing, and I felt like I'm kind of missing out and that I should be going out and I should be doing all of these things because I'm living in London and, you know, I'm not taking advantage of it properly. I shouldn't feel like that. I really shouldn't. That's kind of just how the big city makes you feel. I don't know. I feel like as amazing as it is, it's very go, 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 and it's great if you live here for a while, but I really don't see this being my forever home. And just knowing how expensive it is, like, I can't make it work. Especially if you work in the hospitality industry, you're not paid a very good amount. Like, you're not paid as well as other people are, and I'm not gonna completely change my career, change what I'm doing, try to get a better salary just so I can make it work here. I'd rather live somewhere, probably back in Canada, where I don't have to worry about visa situations, where I can just, you know, chill out a little bit, not worry so much about money. It just goes to show that, you know, I guess it's your priorities. What do you prioritize? Living in the big city, having all the fun, you know, you're basically paying for the lifestyle to live here. But I've kind of decided that probably a few months before my visa expires, I'm going to move out of London. I think it's the right decision for me. That's just a little bit of my prediction of where I'll be in 2024. But anyways, let's get into my goals. So I have 7 goals right here. Goal number 1 is to travel as much as possible. It is kind of vague. It's not like I want to travel to these countries or these specific places. I love to kind of vague because I am a person who's very spontaneous and I'll say yes to anything. I will say yes to spontaneous plans. Just like in October, I went on a girls' trip to Nice, to the south of France, and I agreed to it like 2 months prior. I had no idea we were gonna do that, but it was the best time. It was amazing. Anywhere that I can fit travel into my budget, into my lifestyle, I'm going to do it. I already have 2 trips planned before I see my family in February, and I'm gonna travel as much as possible. I'm gonna make the most of living in London and being able to go on these cheap 2-hour, 3-hour flights to cities in Europe. I'm gonna make the most of it, and I love traveling so much. It's just, I love seeing new cultures and new perspectives and new places, and just, you know, even going on solo trips, just like walking down the streets, grabbing a coffee, having a pastry, taking it all in, like one of my favorite things in this entire world. So of course I'm going to travel. Moving to London, traveling solo has changed my life. I'm not even kidding you. It has literally changed my life, and I'm so glad that I've done it. I've become a very, very different person than how I was when I was living in Toronto 2 years ago. I used to be this person who was very shy and reserved, and I was in a toxic relationship that I didn't really know how to get out of, and I thought, you know, this person was the one for me, even though we were very toxic for each other. And just traveling has just, you know, made me have new perspectives and made me realize that, you know, the only one you can rely on is yourself, and it's taught me so many lessons, and maybe I will make a video about that, you know, the lessons that solo travel has taught me and how it like really changed my life. That's actually such a good idea. I'm gonna write it down. that's goal number 1, travel as much as possible. Goal number 2 is to slow down and live peacefully. So as I was saying, in London, it's a very go, go, go city, and I'm always doing something, I'm always on the go. Especially this year in 2023, there were many, many months where I was worrying about money, worrying about how I was going to pay my rent and my bills, literally not having any money in savings. I've had all kinds of side hustles, all kinds of worries about money, you know. I did have, and I still kind of do have, financial anxiety. So I've always been on the go for ways how I can make more money, for ways how I can improve myself. Always been on the go, you know, meeting up with friends, doing something every single weekend. I was never home. Like, you would never catch me home on a Friday night. You'd never catch me home on a Saturday night. But in the past month or so, I have kind of slowed it down a little bit just because things have changed in my job situation and I'm earning a little bit more money than I was before, so I'm a little bit more relaxed. But 2023 has just been so hectic for me. I've been on the go for so long, and I feel like in 2024 I just need to slow down. Especially, I'm going to see my family for a week and a half in Nicaragua. We're going to be by the beach. Last year when I went to visit them, I was working. I was working on my online job at the same time, so I wasn't fully on vacation. But this time, I'm going to be fully on vacation. I'm going to be fully present. I'm going to be fully peaceful. Slow down and live peacefully is the second goal. Third goal. This one is a little bit vague because I'm still figuring it out. I mean, all my goals are vague, but this one is the most vague. Goal number 3 is to create an online business where I make money and work from anywhere and I'm not tied to one location. So I've been looking up, you know, online business ideas, ways to make money online, lucrative business ideas, not like selling things you don't need or tutoring someone online, or I'm really not sure what kind of business I want to do. I have a little bit of an idea and I'm still doing a lot of research, but I basically, like, all my life since I was 16, I've been working for someone, I've been working for a company, I've always had a boss, but I've also had side hustles. So I know that there are tons of ways that you can make money online and tons of ways you can create a business and, you know, just work for yourself. My goal for 2024 is to create an online business where I can make enough money to live off of and I don't have to have a full-time or even a part-time job. I want to make money for myself on my own schedule, fully online, so that I can travel. I can be in any country that I want to be, and I'm not tied down to one location. And I know that I can make this happen. I am doing the first steps right now. I'm doing the research. I'm talking to certain people. That is my third goal, to create an online business. And I feel like this is the biggest goal of the year, the goal that I'll have to put the most work into, but I'm willing to do that because I'm willing to change my life. You know, if you want to change your life, if you want to make shit happen, you've got to put in the work, and I'm willing to do that. Goal number 4 is to make consistent YouTube videos. So I have been making YouTube videos pretty much since I was 15 or 16 for years, on and off. I've had multiple YouTube channels. I've made YouTube videos with my sister, with my mom. I remember just sitting down doing hauls and makeup tutorials and all that on my old YouTube channel. But I've always loved creating things and making content and posting YouTube videos, and I have not been very consistent with this channel or with any channel. And in 2024, I want to be very consistent making videos. In particular, I want to make travel videos, I want to make lifestyle videos and baking videos and reading videos. All of the things that I love to do, I want to share with you guys, and I know you guys will love it. I feel like if you're passionate about something and you want to make it work, you can do it. You can do it. Especially travel vlogs. Like, I love to travel. I want to vlog every single place that I go to and share it with you guys, and, you know, give you tips on solo travel, or, you know, budget friendly places to go to, or, you know, just what I get up to in the cities that I travel to. So that's why goal number 4 is to be consistent with YouTube videos. Goal number 5 is to visit my family more often. Currently living in London, I'm only able to visit my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, who live in Nicaragua. I'm only able to visit them once a year in February because they live so far away. It's such a long journey to get to, and the number one reason why I'm only able to visit them once a year is money. It costs so much money to go and visit them. Over 1,000 Canadian dollars for a round trip flight. When I do go visit them, I make sure to make the most of it. I visit them for at least a week and a half, 2 weeks. I go during February when it's my sister's birthday and we can celebrate together. But in 2024, I want to visit them at least 2 to 3 times a year, and that will be possible because I won't be living in London anymore. I will be either living with my family or traveling or living back in Canada where it's a lot easier to visit them. We'll see what happens, but right now I foresee that being possible. Goal number 6 is to become conversational in Spanish. I wrote practice, practice, practice. So for about a year now, I've been trying to learn Spanish. I haven't been very consistent. I've been using Duolingo. I've been reading the Spanish book, but I haven't been making a lot of progress. Yes, I have over 100-day streak on Duolingo, and I have Duolingo Premium, but I'm not making the most of it. I feel like Duolingo is not the best way to learn Spanish. You need to fully immerse yourself, especially if you are a beginner and you can't really speak it. I feel like I know the basics of Spanish, and I know how to conjugate some verbs, but I can't really have a conversation with anyone in Spanish. Like, I know how to order from a menu, I know how to say hi, how are you doing, and all of that, but I really haven't practiced it, and I know that I can work harder. I can make it happen where like I can become conversational in Spanish. My goal is to practice every single day in Spanish and talk to people and watch YouTube videos and movies and all of that in Spanish. I'm gonna hold myself accountable. By the end of 2024, you will see me speaking in Spanish with somebody. Okay? I have to hold myself accountable here. And finally, goal number 7 is a lot less scrolling and a lot more reading. I feel like everyone is susceptible to this. I have TikTok, Instagram Reels. I have gotten into a habit where I've been scrolling for hours when I wake up, before I go to bed. It's not good. Like, I'd rather be reading. I love reading, and I want to make reading more of a priority in 2024. I feel like there are so many books out there that I want to read, and I'd rather read than be scrolling through Instagram Reels because it's so bad for you. Everyone knows this. It's so bad for you. Like, those are all of my goals for 2024. So stay tuned for the next part of the video where I show you quickly how I made my vision board wallpaper for 2024. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I made my vision board. I'm not gonna make it with you because I've done it already, but I'm just gonna show you how you can make your vision board and make things happen this year. I'm gonna show you how I made my vision board for my Mac wallpaper, and also how I made it for my iPhone wallpaper. So we're gonna go to Pinterest. This is my Pinterest board currently. So as you can see, it has a lot of things to do with money, being successful, working on your business, reading. How you would get started basically is list all of your goals for 2024. List what you want to do, how you want to achieve them, you know, what you want your year to look like. My main goals were to make money, have a business online, go traveling, being my own boss, doing all of those things. So what you're gonna do on Pinterest is basically type in things related to your goals. So for me, I typed in making money, and you can choose anything that sticks out to you. So I have this one on my vision board, and I have a board called 2024 vision board. So everything, all of the images that stick out to me, all the images that, you know, relate to my goals, and, you know, just think about what are the images that you want to see every day on your wallpaper? What do you want to manifest that will happen this year? So I put this on a board called 2024 vision board. Anything that jumps out to you, maybe 40 or 50 different pins or images I put on my 2024 vision board on Pinterest. So you can do anything. Like, this one is really funny, but I wouldn't, that's a lot of money. yeah, what else did I do? So I also did travel. Like if there are specific places that you want to go this year, you can put that in there. I specifically love photos of passport. I saved this one as well, I believe. That's really beautiful. That as well. What else do you want to do? Let's say vlogging. If you want to make YouTube videos, then you know you can do this. I think I have one of these images on mine. What else did I do? Let's just go to my homepage and see. Since I've been searching for all of these aesthetic vision board-esque images, you can kind of see things that I've been saving. Let me just show you what my 2024 vision board looks like. So these are all of the 44 pins that I chose from to add to my vision board. So you could probably tell the city in Canada that I want to move to eventually. I saved a few images of that because I'm manifesting living there eventually. I love reading. As I said, I wanted to read more than scroll on my phone, so I have a bunch of photos of reading books. Travel plus reading, I love this one especially. Money, she is building her empire. I love this one so much. And you know, this one as well, being a girl boss. Right here, I really want to go to Lisbon this year, so this is right up my alley. I love coffee, you know, taking long walks with coffee. Lisbon again, vlogging. I believe this is in Greece. It's already yours, the universe. I believe in that. This is like a dream library. 2024, the year I become my best self. You know, working on your business here while, you know, living your best life. So this is just all examples of what you can put on your vision board. A lot can happen in a year. Yes, it can. Travel, a bunch of different stamps in your passport. All of that. These were all of the photos that I took inspiration from my vision board. Once you have maybe 30 or 40 different images that you want to put on your vision board, we're going to go to Canva. You don't need a paid subscription. You can just go on Canva free. As you can see, I have done that as well. So we're going to do MacBook wallpaper vision board or something like this. Vision board wallpaper. And it's super easy. You can see a bunch of different templates here. These are mostly phone wallpapers. So I'm going to search MacBook wallpaper vision board. As you can see, there are a bunch of different templates here. You can either start with a template or you can go with a blank design, but I started with a template. So I did something like this, and you can customize it, and you can basically just replace all of these images with the images that you like. So that is pretty much what I did. I'm going to show you my vision board, the one for my Mac wallpaper and the one for my iPhone wallpaper. They're basically the same, they're just rearranged a little bit differently. So this is my MacBook vision board. I love it. It really encompasses everything that I want to do and want to happen this year. You know, she is building her own empire, be your own muse, coffee, travel, the city I want to live in, money, you know, and she finally chose herself. I especially love that one. This year, I'm finally choosing myself and I'm deciding to live more peacefully and intentionally and do more things that I want to do rather than just keeping up with the trends and keeping up with the lifestyle here in London. YouTube, building your own empire. Yeah, this is my 2024 vision board for my Mac. I'll show you the one for my iPhone. It's this one right here. Make it happen, shock everyone. I added a few more images. Whoops. I added a few more images than the Mac one, but yeah. This is my vision board, and this is how I created my vision board, how you can create yours super easily. Canva is an amazing tool. I use it for not only just creating my vision board, but for editing my YouTube thumbnails, editing photos, and I do it all on Canva free, which is amazing. I might eventually upgrade to pro, but for now, free is perfect. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. Leave a comment down below. What are your goals for 2024? What do you envision happening, and how are you going to make it happen? I love seeing all of your comments and replying to them. You know, we're a little community. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos like this, and click that bell icon to get notified every time I post a video. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. I love you guys so much, and cheers to 2024. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!